The newborn screening program has saved thousands of lives, but there are still shortcomings in the program.
By telling these stories and exposing these problems, that's how we fix things in America. That's what a self-governing people do.
It was a very clear right and wrong kind of thing.
The blood samples stayed at the hospital for 2 days, but that delay proved to be deadly.
We could show how serious the problem was throughout the country.
The Deadly Delays series started with a conversation I had with a doctor. He wanted to tell me about this child that had come to the hospital almost dead. He said as close to dead as they ever get a kid. They were able to find an experimental treatment for the child and save the child's life. The problem was that the whole crisis never should have happened. If his newborn screening had not been held, he could have been treated with sugar water and medication and gone home in an extra day or two. Because of the delay, the child was in the hospital for a month and racked up almost $500,000 in bills, and also has brain damage because of it. What was really interesting to me was why this had happened. Why does a hospital send a test in after 4 days? And the reason they do it is they hold a group of tests together and send them out in a batch instead of just sending them out as they're done.
It's hospital by hospital.
It is hospital by hospital. One of my main contributions to the project was a piece we call the Colorado story. It's a story of 2 babies, both born in Colorado with the same rare disorder. One baby was born on a Tuesday, and his disease was discovered fairly quickly, and he's doing fine now. He's a 20-month-old toddler who is perfectly healthy and doing fine. The other baby was born, unfortunately, early in the morning on a Friday, and unfortunately the blood samples stayed at the hospital for 2 days. It wasn't sent to the lab until Monday. But that delay proved to be deadly. On the Tuesday after he was born, he became seriously ill, and he died that night. And so really the only difference between those 2 babies, the life and death differences, was the day of the week that they were born on. While the experts in the field say it should be done, and in all cases there should be no labs that are closed both on Saturday and Sunday, getting that money by state legislatures has been slow in coming. But people in the field who follow this say that labs that process newborn screening samples need to be open on the weekends.
So from the beginning of the Deadly Delays project, we knew we wanted to go big, and that's why I requested data from all 50 states. So I had to put in requests to all 50 states and the District of Columbia for newborn screening data, and the states didn't like it very much. And so I ended up having to negotiate with every single state to get as much information as I could. It took a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, and eventually we ended up getting information from 26 states. The opportunity to go big with a story like this was really important because we could show how serious the problem was throughout the country.
In reporting this story, we unearthed so much data from every state in the country, and we really wanted to make that accessible to readers.
Every county that we have.
When you have data like that from across the country and you can show delays in specific hospitals, in specific states, there's really no way that anybody can argue with you.
Our main interactive for this lets people look up individual hospitals in 26 states and really see how well they're doing at sending in newborn screening samples. People can also, though, contact legislators, health officials, governors, anyone who's involved in newborn screening for any of the 50 states in the District of Columbia.
Our son was born very early on Tuesday morning.
Noah was born. So right from the beginning we felt that video was a really important part of this project. For the vast majority of people, they won't have encountered the problems with the newborn screening program like the families that we worked with.
A team of doctors and nurses worked feverishly on him.
And so we really felt that video is the most powerful tool to convey the emotion and the challenges that these families faced.
We were able to use new tools and new skills and combine them with old skills of reporting, and that's by using really sophisticated data mining to gather data from states all across the country.
So we wanted to provide the easiest possible way for people to look up their hospital where they were planning on having a baby and just be completely transparent about which hospitals are doing well and which need to work on their systems.
On the 4th day of Noah's life, in the evening, just after we had had dinner, we noticed that Noah had stopped breathing.
Combine that with finding compelling stories of what happens when newborn screening isn't done well.
The newborn screening program has saved thousands of lives, but there are still shortcomings in the program, and these become glaringly obvious when you listen to a mom tell you that her son died and the test results came in the following day.
The ER doctor came over and gave us the devastating news that he was gone.
When you see that kind of loss in a video format, it really conveys the need for change.
Miss this kid. Miss him a lot.
And that combination of showing people a problem, irrefutable evidence, I think that that's just created an incredibly powerful investigation.
A website that state by state lists the hospitals that have...
This type of story, I kind of instantly saw right away that it was going to be something that could change things.
The reaction to the story was pretty immediate. Hospitals were changing their policies, states were changing their policies as well.
It was a very clear right and wrong kind of thing. There's a problem that's been out there, and that's when a newspaper has a real chance to do something good.
By telling these stories and exposing these problems, that's how we fix things in America. That's what a self-governing people do. They need to know about the problem before they can fix it. So this type of investigative journalism that exposes each type of problems also gives us the opportunity to do it better and to help people and improve their lives.